Record.
They said live wires, they blew the roof right off that joint. They said live wires, they blew the roof right off of that joint.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Harry Kollatz Jr. I am joined by friend Eileen Edmonds, who has a long-time relationship with me and this novel that I wrote, Carlisle Montgomery, and we're going to be sharing a section of it with you, along with Eileen's music through Carlisle. Chapter 18. They call them Band-Aids for a reason. Everything made for a hassle and took longer than expected. Cramming the musicians and the equipment into travel at last proved impractical. The silver tone that Carlisle took for a lightweight addition to the expanding panoply of Livewire's instrumentation became the last stupid thing to load out. Did you get the baby? She'd ask. We remember to get the baby? When travel was packed and the Livewire realized that our little organ remained in the venue, maybe even still plugged in, the group effort to remember it almost always failed. I made a mental note, Weems said outside of Bristol about getting the silver tone. Carlisle, turning the wheel, said, a mental note's good as the paper it's written on. The Livewires enjoyed that one. CP suggested a simple checklist for logistics, he said. He named it the Mighty, Mighty Silvertone. During their travels at stops that sold distinctive local bumper decals, Livewires began sticking them on the miniature organ until the instrument resembled a much-traveled steamer trunk. Almost as soon as travel hit the interstate, Weems's head fell back. His mouth opened and the buzzsaw commenced. Passing billboards and highway lines worked as hypnotic cues that absorbed him into, as he said, the great American sleep machine. Carlisle rolled down the window to smoke the miles away, but in rain and snow, both inclemencies harassed the bedraggled tour. This let out the warm air provided by the cranky, whining truck's heater. Livewire's pressure made her stop smoking in foul weather, though when driving, the fiend made its insistent but silent demand. The rollout around the holidays of Scott's Edition seemed more of a good idea when hatched in the coziness of David and Danae's apartment. Danae's teaching and gallery schedule impeded getting out of town. David Eckenrode's resources made her working unnecessary for most reasons people needed to, but her constitution did not suit sitting at home and ordering out of catalogs. Still, some nights, when the gig didn't perk, Carlisle wanted one or the other of them in that wretched motel room. She'd wake up to see between her legs the crossed eyes of Jerry, the purple Giraffosaurus of her girlhood. The Livewire's name didn't attract much recognition beyond Central Virginia or even a few blocks between Carytown and Shockoe in Richmond, which meant giving their small audiences an evening to talk about the next day. Carlisle, her height, flaming hair, and 9 fingers that back in school made mean boys point and cruel girls laugh, now gave her selling points. And true to their promise in their titular song, the Livewires blew the roof off any dingy bar that booked them.
Well, I don't think the singer is a girl at all because she's too damn tall.
But if the Livewires wanted Bruce Moody's second guitar, the distant venues of Charleston, South Carolina, or Athens, Georgia remained tantalizingly beyond reach. Bruce's answer to this, the recovering bass player Cassie Sorensen, who expressed interest in their music and admired Carlisle's style, but she cared nothing for touring again. Carlisle asked Buddy Escher, whom she loved like an older brother, more from desperation than enthusiasm. He accepted without thinking twice. Going further into uncharted territory, absent Bruce's embracing rhythm and vocal harmony made Carlisle anxious and cross. Her performance got jittery. Her hesitations about going on in Chapel Hill and Asheville made their stage time late and weird. The glow of their Richmond successes did not penetrate the murk of the audience's unknowing. The modest audiences further dwindled, and when restless members exercised their right to leave. Laurel stood close to tears at these false start gigs, not just because she sensed her friend's extreme discomfort, but the way in which it damaged the live wires. Carlisle's pinching the tiny harmonica at her throat punctured her fingers that she used to play, singing and pulsating in pain. Her voice trembled, not always for effect, in P-51 Mustang and 3 a.m. to Louisville. Blood smears on the banjo's face or streaking the tail or sent a listener near the stage or a barback running for first aid. Ouch! She'd wince, wrapping the fingertips like a hurt ball player. So that's what was causing all this gore up here. Much obliged to my nurse. They call them Band-Aids for a reason. Pausing to finish. Then, you single? Girl or boy, age, made no difference. A sly smile completed the routine and for the most part drew laughter and clapping. The moody phone rang at the indecent deep night hours. Alicia thrust the receiver at Bruce. You might remind your girlfriend that you have a wife, 2 children, and a baby girl that we just got to sleep. When he threw off the covers to take that call, Alicia did not stop. We don't need her calling sloppy drunk. Carlo mumbled into a payphone near Fayetteville. Bruce, this sucks big old donkey dicks without you, man. How was the show? Well, I think Abysmal covers it like a quilt, she'd say. We actually stopped and started Rough Diamond twice, and we kind of got lost in the middle of another killing. I mean, can you imagine that? How fucked up is that? And she'd go through the foul-ups and the technical glitches, the customary rudeness of crowds, the lousy weather of slick and icy rain. I'm the one to blame. Me, I'm pointing at myself in the window. That's the one, is this stupid girl. The people came to gawk at her. Step right up. See the amazing 2-tall girl guitar player. You forgot redheaded. Or 9 fingers. Wait, you're in Fayetteville? Like in our song? Yep, same. Never been here before. Now I wish we'd kept it that way. He sang the audience participation refrain. I don't think your singer is a girl at all. They liked that one tonight. The rest of them they could have done without. Wouldn't shut up. I mean, I know it's a fucking bar and some holy thing. And not some holy thing, but it's damn near sacred to me, or as close as it gets. We got 2 dates here. I wish you could be here. I miss you. Well, it's hard to know at this point if I miss being with you in person or not, making my phone ring way past the witching hour and waking up my kids and annoying Mama. You know, if Mama's not happy, I get it. Well, I'm not happy either, Moose. And anyway, ain't past the witching hour when the witch comes a-calling, she sang and cackled for effect. And then more and repetitive details. Some no good boy chasing after Laurel, fixing whatever needed fixing on travel because something on travel always needed fixing. Then Carlisle returned to missing him and how she loved him. He'd say, if you really loved me, you wouldn't call here at these ungodly hours. You don't understand, Brucey. I really loved you. You need to get some sack time. No, I want you here. The phone on her end bumped and popped. Baby's crying, bud. She said, small and distant. I can hear. Call tomorrow at a civilized hour. That's Alicia talking. This is me talking and saying good night. And he'd depress the hang-up pad and get anxious about her calling, but she didn't. When she understood her disturbance of the moody household needed to cease, she chose David and Danae, whose obligation extended further. Danae adopted the habit of turning down the ringer's volume, but the noise never disturbed David, who lay on his back, sighing careless through dreams. Carlisle told Danae about the man who wanted to pay her to walk around his place in stiletto-heeled boots while he took pictures. Helmut Newton, done. Then he wanted me to walk on him and do things to his tallywhacker with my feet. Dinah covered a yawn and scanned the morning's dreary headlines while Carlisle reported in a dutiful manner the evening's flirt notes. This one I got tonight, all had on it was, Tryst, Bill, I'm wearing the Orioles cap. I'm ashamed to tell you that in the break, I got a little dictionary from behind the bar they used to settle bets and looked that up, and oh, this is something I got to work in somewhere. Tryst. Sounds like a treat at the end of a good meal at one of those restaurants we go to. Could I interest you in a flaming chocolate almond tryst? She coughed. Ugh, but no tryst with Bill. Ugh, no Bills. What about a William? I'm not trysting with anybody except you and him. Well, David will be glad that he's still on the list. Sometimes when signing a CD, she'd get asked in an awkward way about her lack of a matrimonial finger. According to Carlisle, the invitations never led to anything. Their insistence caused both amusement and annoyance. Laurel's got some eager one sniffing up her tailpipe. He's come to 3 shows in a row. He worries me. Is she worried? She's kind of confused and flattered. That's precious. She'll get herself knocked up. Imagine our little elf all swole up with new life. I may just have to take care of this guy. Don't do anything felonious, Carlisle. Too late, Dinah. Anything purposefully felonious. Some nights I just want to rip up shit or hurt somebody.
Loretta, you don't know nothing.
David made the first live wire as a typed 2-sided newsletter. The masthead depicted the neck of Carlisle's tailor shooting out jagged bolts. The live wires went to readers, mailed or faxed to announce the release of Scott's edition. The one-time subscription of $20 gave the fan a get a t-shirt and meet the band after show in your town deal. That went better than expected during the first few weeks, garnering 250 subscribers. The best-selling shirt, 100% cotton, featured the line from the live wires, your singer's not a girl at all, front because she's too damn tall, back, and Carlisle in silhouette, twisting, holding the guitar. Fans discovered how to pull the shirt back and forth to animate her in jerky dance. Second most popular live wire shirt, a group portrait on the back and the electric wavering logo on front. The backside image tended to fade after a few washings, and that caused replacement by an energetic line drawing. The rhythm guitarist represented was Bruce Moody, not Buddy Escher. Carlisle wore hers with the actual photograph and Bruce at her side until the image went part ghost and part absent, and the shirt fit only for sleeping in.
They said live wires, they blew the roof right off of that joint. They said live wires, they blew the roof right off of the joint. Well, I don't think the singer is a girl at all because she's too damn tall.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Harry Kollatz Jr. This has been a reading from Carlisle Montgomery of Primer Books. Also, you can get it as an ebook through eBook Alchemy. Eileen Edmonds, ladies and gentlemen, see her.
Thanks, Harry. Enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. See the links below. Have a good one. Adios.